opening. Boom! Welcome back, guys. Another episode on Talkmen Tuesday. Sawyer Yeezel, Angel Corrado, and guess what? We got a special guest.
Who?
His name's Charlie! He's... How would you... we'll get more into Charlie later on. We'll explain his little backstory in a bit.
All right,
But first, you want to roll that intro?
Roll that intro. And we're back. I was not keeping track of the time like I probably should have.
So for saving time on editing, we just put the little song over this audio. Saves me time on editing, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe later on we'll get better at editing.
What Angela's saying is he's lazy.
Yeah, that's true. that is very true. Okay, our special guest, Charlie. Let's go back. How did Sawyer and Charlie meet? How did y'all meet?
I met freshman year. Freshman year in college. It was in the dorms. It was me, our RA, and Charlie.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
We met over Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. Because we didn't go home, and I didn't have any way to play video games, and Sawyer was playing video games, so I literally just walked in his room and asked if I could play.
I said, no, get out, and we hung out the weekend after.
So take notes, guys. Have video games in your dorm to have friends over.
Yes. And leave your door open, too. Which is funny, because, you guys know me. I am not the type of person just to walk in and, ask someone to play with video games with them, and I don't know why I did it with Sawyer, but I did. It's one of those things. Looking back, I'm like, I really don't know why this happened, but it literally just is meant to be.
Aww.
So
that's what happens when Labor Day weekend everybody's gone. Sawyer's like, hey, I got video games. Come into my room.
Literally, I think we played Madden for 4 hours, and then we went to we walked down to Taco Bell by where else and all those bars and just made fun of drunk people because we were 18 and we didn't know any better. So
that's what cool 18-year-olds do.
Literally we're 18, we're freshmen at Purdue, and we walked down to Taco Bell at 2:00 in the morning, and everyone's hammered except for us. It was the weird, I felt so out of place, but it was just no one else knew what was going on either. We made fun of fat chicks, literally. It was me, Ellie. I don't remember who else was there.
What dorm did you guys live in?
We lived in Owen.
Owen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's a far walk to Taco Bell, though.
What else did we have to do, though?
That's true.
We were bored. Very bored. Even for us 18-year-olds, there's still only so many video games we could play in a day.
That makes sense.
I think also too, we were all on our own for the first time, and so we just wanted to actually go out and do something because our parents couldn't stay. We had to be home by midnight.
No.
Labor Day week is 2-3 weeks into the semester, so I guess we're on to everything.
Mm-hmm. Still trying to figure everything out the best we could. And so what we usually do on here when we have new guests is we have them do a little intro of themselves. And usually we're switching it up for you. We usually say you're a superhero in your origin story. But we're going to say you're setting up your dating profile app. How would you describe yourself to attract the best audience? Go.
Hold on, look at that. I think my phone just died, so I can't put my actual dating app. But my bio. But no. So my bio said something to the effect of, I'm a lawful drug dealer and a shrink at the same time. And then my next, it says, and then period says, but you can also call me a bartender. So,
hey.
So that's my go-to. But I mean, other than that, I don't know. I feel like bios are weird though too, just because I want like there's so much other shit I could include, but at the same time,
Mhm.
for like a dating bio, like you really don't want like your whole life story on it at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't even
Basically have
remember what
what?
mine was. I'm trying to think back to what I had on mine.
you can't
But
talk about
I
that.
had somebody else set it up for me.
Oh yes, Owen.
Yeah, she set it up for me. I had to
I'm
set it
so
up on my own, and she said, "No, that's not good enough." And she set it up for me, and then the rest, I
It's
mean, it's
history.
history.
I don't think it worked out the way she wanted it to work out, but
Wait, who set it up for you?
One of our friends.
yeah.
Okay. I'm like so lost. I'm like, okay.
Oh shit, we're gonna get ourselves in so much trouble.
Don't worry, guys. This is just going on the internet for.
Forever.
Yeah, no, there's no secrets here. Like we're not like spilling the beans on anything. It's just other shit.
Boom. That works out. I thought it would be funny when Sawyer and Candace have kids or whatnot, and if they ever come back to these podcasts.
No, by that time I will have scrubbed the internet of all of these, unless we
Oh,
are
these-
unless we are like on Joe Rogan's level with podcasting. No, because
Joe Rogan's life was like top. He started what, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Around there.
Time ago.
And yeah, I remember. Oh, I read his Wikipedia page. Very reliable.
Wait, why did you read Joe Rogan's Wikipedia page? What made
I
you go
wanted
to?
to know how long he was in the game for,
Oh.
and yeah, he was like 15 years, and like all the top like YouTubers have been in the game for like 10 years. And you're like, well, and they've all been consistent about it, and that's why like you see the level they're at. So
I mean, it doesn't hurt though too with him that he's like one of the top comics in the world, and the dude has a crazy like work ethic and like drive and stuff too. Like like it's one of those things where he can bring in like really cool guests, but also he's consistent
just
playing out.
himself.
Yeah.
his voice
And he
is
was on
amazing.
Fear Factor game show
Yeah.
host.
I always
Exactly.
confuse Joe Rogan with the president of UFC. I thought they were the same person.
Dana White.
I thought you were
Yeah.
saying the United States. I'm like, Angel White.
The president of the United States. I thought they were the same. No, so
Kinda see
it wasn't until like a UFC fight that I saw the president of UFC and Joe Rogan like together. I'm like, what? Yeah, I was like, I thought you guys were one.
If you didn't know any better, I could definitely see it just because like both names are so synonymous with UFC that like if you don't know what one or the other looks like, they both look like they should be in charge of the UFC. So like I can definitely see that.
just ripped bald guys.
Oh yeah, I kind of imagine that as popular as Joe Rogan is, he probably wouldn't mind being the president of the UFC either. Dana White's worth a lot of money too.
Oh yeah.
A lot of money. So yeah.
Probably one of the only sports actually on during this quarantine.
They're putting
So-
together another one. They're trying to. We're again no audience, anything like that, but I think they had like a little hiccup. They had a roadblock, and then they're trying to get back into it.
So
But
they literally Dana White has found a way. He's gonna start hosting fights on a private island because
That's
they-
what it was.
yeah, because they won't. The federal government won't allow any fights on U.S. soil right now, even if there's no one there and everyone tests negative and they test everyone. So he went out into international waters and found a private island. He's flying everyone out there on a private jet. So like literally, like no one can technically stop him. Like that's the plan at least. Like we'll see if it
Right.
happens. But like that's like what a baller move. You know what I
That's
mean? Like
stupid money. Like that's what you
Well,
call
the-
stupid money.
the thing is though, like I was like they were so what happened was there was supposed to be like a huge like people have been waiting literally I think it's been almost 3.5 years now for a fight that was supposed to happen 2 weekends ago. And like people like there was always a reason why the fight couldn't go off. Someone was injured, something happened, someone couldn't get a visa to go where and fight or whatever.
Mhm.
And so like that was already going to be a huge moneymaker for the UFC. But when they got shut down, like when everything got shut down, it's gonna be even bigger because if they could still get the fight off, all eyes would have been on the UFC and the pay-per-view, and so that's why they're trying to get it done no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, being the only sporting event that can happen at this time, like people will do anything they can to watch it.
Oh yeah, I mean NASCAR is literally showing like video games on national TV right now instead of like the actual races. You know what I mean? Like so we are all so starved for sports right now that they'll do anything.
The NBA's having a 2K tournament with the players, and they're having a horse tournament coming up. Like, it's dumb.
It's life without sport.
Literally, like real big time sports is literally turning into YouTube, where like they have to like create content. You know what I mean? Like, because usually the games are the content. No, they're literally like, they're turning the Mr. Beast of of real sports.
I saw something. It was ESPN did the top 10 Office characters. Because they were running out of things to rank, so they went to The Office. That's when you're just not even trying. You just know you're desperate for something, so you just find something that people will tune in for. Yeah, or not even tune in, just not turn off the TV.
Talking about sports. I heard Charlie. Have you watched The Last Dance?
Yes, I watched it last night. It was amazing. I'm not a big TV guy, but I was talking to someone else today about that, and I was like, I literally could have sat down and watched all 8 hours of it last night. Like, it's that good. And I'm not even a Bulls fan. I don't like the Bulls, but like.
Well, hey, that's a personal issue right there. First of all,
Sawyer is from Chicago area.
But it's Michael Jordan and like the '90s Bulls. Like that team is iconic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and all the crazy stories and everything that go along with those teams, because when you get Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman all on one team, like crazy stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah, I need to find a place where I can go and watch that. Still, that was gonna be my evening here. I was gonna find some website where I could go to legally, of course, and watch it.
I think ESPN still has it on demand right now.
Oh, they do?
Let me check real quick for you.
I can very easily do that then.
I definitely either deciding whether like watch it week by week or try to do it all at once.
Just binge it.
Yeah.
That's a commitment right there. But I guess if you're in the zone and you're hooked on it, like, go for it.
Yes, we'll see.
Yeah. So as long as you can get on the ESPN on demand app, like you can watch it.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Well, I know what I'm doing very easily tonight. Woo!
Oh, Charlie, what have you been up to that quarantine's happening? For
contrary,
those that don't know. Wait, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, contrary to what I was doing right before we started the podcast, I actually have been cleaning my house. There was a little bit of laundry on my floor before we started, and that has been taken care of. But no, literally, I deep-cleaned the house the first week or so, and we shampooed all the carpets, and I literally spent almost 2.5 hours cleaning the kitchen. Just like I literally and it wasn't even like it was like super dirty. It was just like I just took everything out and like sanitized it because I didn't want our food getting messed up or anything like that. So,
and did all like the producing units like move out or something, or is like basically
it's kind of like that right now. So all of the dorms closed and some of the fraternity and sorority houses closed. Okay. But there are still students on campus that live in apartments. And pretty much all they do is just party every day. Not gonna lie. So
it's basically like summertime.
Yes, I guess.
People don't have sports or clubs to go to, and it's mostly just partying.
And online classes.
Yeah. And I have heard that those things are not fun.
The online classes?
Yeah. So
I've seen a lot of Zoom videos about like people pranking their professors or whatnot. So that seems funny. But other than that, yeah, it must suck. Yeah. Purdue classes
My
are not.
sister is dealing with it right now, and she said that it's I think she said it's more work than what anyone expected, and especially for higher level classes. I think that it's kind of hard to teach those classes online and expect to actually learn the material. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Boom. Okay. So I bought a game thinking I was gonna socialize with people. Never really used it.
But Corona.
Yeah.
By the
Now I
way,
can use it in this
just so
podcast.
everyone knows, Angel was always the game guy. So literally, whenever we went out to the bars when we were all back living at Purdue together, literally every time we went out to the bars, he always had some card game in his pocket. We'd sit down, and I just like start like drinking my drink, and all of a sudden there's cards in front of me. I'm like, what is this? And like we're playing this game. I'm like, Angel, I'm not learning a new game right now. It's loud. I am not sober. Like this is not gonna end well. A card is gonna get thrown somewhere. We're not gonna get it back. Like a drink's gonna get spilled. I'm gonna get mad. This is not gonna end well.
I just want people to play together.
No, it's so fun. Like we'll meet new people. And I'm like, Angel,
I don't want to meet new people.
I'm here to hang out with you guys. There's a reason why I hang out with you guys and not anyone else.
I didn't always bring the cards to the bars because I'm like, what if like there's a moment that like there's nothing to do? I'll bring out the cards.
Oh no, it definitely saved us sometimes. Like there were definitely times where it got kind of awkward. We're all kind of like looking at each other like,
Who actually wants to be here right now? But we got cards.
There's no good game going on. Might as well have cards. Okay, so the name is called Bad People. Basically, you pick up a card, and I'll just give you an example. And then so like we vote who would have this whatever the card says. Like the first card has who has the best chance of cheating a lie detector test. And since it's just us three, we'll choose who has the best chance of cheating a lie detector test. So each one of us votes for another person. Does that
We
make
go
sense?
like 1, 2, 3, and then we all say it at the same time. Or we could go around. It doesn't really matter, I guess. If we want.
I feel like talking over each other is not a good idea.
Wait, why?
Exactly.
What you say? Wait. Ooh.
Like there are some like pretty nasty cards in here. And last time we played it was with Candace, and we just skipped the weird one.
That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, anything with X's involved, I'm like, yeah, we're definitely not doing that. No.
Please no.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Here's one. Who's least likely to give up their seat on the bus for an elderly person?
Well, definitely not Angel. Like Angel would see them coming on the bus and like, yo, you know what? I'm getting up. Like.
Have my seat. Here's an apple that I had. Here's also a bottle of water that I was saving for myself. Do you need a towel or like a blanket? You look kind of cold, ma'am.
She probably does.
Exactly. That's.
Yeah, basically would have done that. Okay. Least likely to give up.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. It probably depends on my mood. It might be me if I'm not happy. Like if I'm in one of those moods, I'm just like I just don't care. Like no, just get away from me. But
yeah,
I feel like all of us like if push comes to shove, all of us would actually like get up. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Like taking the train into the city like mornings and then back home afterwards. If there's a seat, I'm sitting down and then I'm looking at my phone. Like you're gonna have to, if you want, like you're gonna have to ask for it because I'm not like looking up. And so,
part of my takes on Let me watch my.
Let me watch
my show.
Look at my phone. Play my homescape. Okay, everybody can just do what they want to do.
Nah, but like if push comes to shove and like if the train's full or the bus is full and there's legitimately a person that needs to sit down, if you're pregnant, if you're disabled, if you're old, like I would get up for you. I do think that people also take advantage of it too. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
like, come on. Like, yes, you're older. Like, you're older than me, but you're fine staying up for 10 minutes too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like it's not that big of a deal, man. Like
Also,
don't pull the rank card on me if you're 10 years older. Like, that's not gonna fly.
Yeah.
make
You
sure-
do that, then I let you take the seat, and then you get off at the next stop. Like, really? It was one stop, and you couldn't just do
Right.
that?
And you see like he's like wearing like his like Chicago Marathon medal because he just like finished the marathon like 2 days before. You're like, stop. Like, you're in better shape than me. Like, I'm the one that should be sitting down, not you.
Okay. Here's another one. If I decided to rob a bank, who's the last person I'd choose to help me?
Angel, 1000%.
I was gonna say Angel too.
1000%.
You get interrogated, you're gonna start laughing, and then you
No. Not even that. If we got away, Angel like 12 hours later, he's like, but we stole someone else's money. Like, we can't. Like, this is someone's money. Like we can't take from other people that work hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like his conscience would get the best of him. He's like, you know what? I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. I'm turning myself in. Like, it's like
make
Angel,
TikTok
yes.
out of it too.
Yeah. Like,
How
we
do you
can
know
make
we
content
turn-
out of this.
Yeah, yep. I would do that.
I
Love
would
you.
do that.
Angel, I love you, but there is no way I'm robbing a bank with you. No way.
I couldn't rob a bank. Yeah, I feel too bad.
I feel like Story and I could talk you into it. Like, you know what I mean? Like we'd be like, dude, like we gotta do this. Like, we gotta try at least. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we'd figure something out, and
Uh-huh.
we go, and you would go through it,
Uh-huh.
with it, and then like your conscience would be like, no, like,
We gotta give it back, guys. I got the
Yeah.
people's addresses. I got their phone books.
exactly,
We gotta go back.
exactly.
Okay, let's see. If we were all prostitutes, who would charge the most?
Sawyer,
Know your worth,
1000%.
guys. Know
Sawyer,
your worth.
Sawyer, 1000%.
Mhm. Mhm.
1000%. I would try and just fail epically. Like people would be like, what? No. Like, you who do you think you are? And then Angel would be like, well, if you can't afford to pay for it, like, I mean, I guess,
We
like,
could just go for a ride.
Freebie for this time. The next time. I'm gonna tell you, okay?
yeah, like we've all been there before. It's okay, I understand. Like, we've all been down on our luck. As you're literally working the street corner.
I would probably do that. I remember. Yeah, sorry. One time I wanted a shout out, like charge a shout out to somebody, and I was just like, I'm just gonna give it to them for free. And it was like, Melly, if you pay us $500, I will give you a shout out. And I was like, screw that, sorry, we're giving Melly a shout out here for free.
I mean, well, like, there's definitely times where, like, business wise, like, it makes sense. Like, there's a certain amount of time where you kind of have to do stuff for either free or cheaper than probably what you should be owed, just to because pay your dues and everything else. But at the same time, you also need to, like, sorry, so you need to make sure you get what you're worth. So
$5.
This is also similar to the previous one, but different scenario. Who would charge the most as a hitman?
I feel like you would, just because you wouldn't want to do it. And so you're like, $10 billion, just because you know nobody would come to you for $10 billion to do it. And so you would never have to do it.
see what happens though if someone actually like shows up with $10 billion. Like that's the thing with Angel, where it's like, I don't even know if he would, like, I don't even know if he could like get into the mental headspace to do that.
I don't even think anybody could. Could you? Like,
I'm, dude, there's
again, maybe if
not
I was working
not
the street corner again.
no,
that
not me
might be-
personally, but like for $10 billion, a lot of people would do a lot of things for $10 billion. Like,
Yeah.
$10 billion is like literally your great grandchildren are taken care of. You know what I mean? Like, it's I think some people would definitely think about it.
I saw I'm not sure how reliable this news article was. I was headline reading it, but they said they caught this hitman who subcontracted his hit towards like another subcontractor. It was like 4 people. And like they got all 4 people. Basically somebody hired somebody else and like basically paid him a fraction of what he got, and it was done over like 3 or 4 times.
How much money was he getting paid? Jesus, like if you can split that 4 ways, how much was it? Like that's a lot of money.
I think it was more than $1 million, I want to say, and so it was just like a fraction of that was paid to the other hitman. A fraction of the other one was It just got less and less and less towards like the last one, where the last one basically ratted them out.
That person was working on the street corner.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh man.
When you start giggling and laughing before you even like tell us, I know it's going to be a good card, or I just hope it's gonna.
He's turned down 2 of them. I don't even want to know what those 2 are.
If a private investigator did a background check on all of us, who would be the most unsettling?
I don't know. Like that's what.
I feel like we're all pretty normal. Like I don't think like anybody's done any like crazy stuff. I mean, Charlie punched a tree one time, but
yeah, we don't talk about that.
That tree was guilty.
No, I punched that tree instead of punching someone else. So I think it was a positive trade-off. Yeah. But I feel like if Angel has to think this much about it, then it's probably Angel.
The only thing they find in my background is a speeding ticket, so I mean, I'm pretty good.
Well, there was that one time at that one bar, but
we don't talk about that one.
We don't talk about that. That was just that one time.
Oh my god.
We're just gonna move on.
Yeah, I'd just move on from that. That's kind of an interesting one.
I think I just don't know. Like it's like we've all known each other long enough. I don't think that there's any issues.
Yeah.
Boom. Alright. If a big fire broke out right now, who would push everyone out of the way to get out first?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say me, straight up.
and not even in like a mean way, just like get out. Like I'm getting like you know what I mean? Like he's probably the fastest, he's probably the strongest, and he's not stopping. Yeah. He will get out of that house.
I can see that too. He's very fit. Yeah. Hopefully, have you worked out since the quarantine?
Guys, we need to do this more often. Like, really boost up my self-confidence.
Here's one
man, that kayaking that he does every day. It's the workout. That's why his shoulders sore.
You know, it's just the rowing.
Here's one that I skipped. Most likely to impregnate someone or get pregnant tonight. Which I was just like.
I mean, I'm stuck in my house by myself. It's definitely not me.
Oh!
Well, hey, you could call people over. I mean, I'm saying the likelihood is very, very small, but in all realisticness, it could happen.
I think, sorry, you've known me long enough. I think you are overestimating my talking to female skills. I talk great game now, and then I actually see the girl, and I walk up, and I'm like, like you know what I mean? Like it's all fine and dandy when it's just us, and then it goes to shit real quick.
I feel like you'd be great at talking to girls. Like you're very friendly and like funny and outgoing. At least with us.
Yeah, that's what Angel. You mean how many times did we go out drinking together?
Yeah.
A lot. How many times did I talk to a girl while out? Never.
I thought that was like that one girl that knew you before.
Right, like you know what I mean? Like I'm not. It's kind of sad. That's why That's why. That's why I don't do that anymore. That's why I'm behind the bar serving drinks instead of going out and drinking.
Well, I feel like the bar is such like a terrible place to meet people too.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I can't tell you the number of times that like me working behind the bar and being sober and talking to people and then them coming back the next night and not remembering our conversation at all. Where it's just like and I knew that they were drunk at the time. They're like, yeah, I don't remember that at all. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, you gave me your number last night, but I guess that doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. One kid, oh my, there was one time, this probably happened right at the start of the semester, this past semester. We had a new kid come in and work, and he was working security by the bathrooms, making sure that like guys didn't go in the girls' bathroom and vice versa and stuff like that. And this girl gave him her number during the shift. It was like, text me when I get off work and stuff like that. And so he texted her, and obviously she's asleep. Like we all warned him ahead of time. Yeah. She comes back in the next night and doesn't remember him at all. Like literally, he gets like the "who's this" text the next day, and like it's like, oh, and he comes in, he's like, yeah, she doesn't remember me, and it was totally crushed. And I was like, no, we all know that was what was coming, but at the same time, like this kid was so excited. He's like, finally, like I get to talk to girls and stuff like that, and then this was his first experience talking to girls at the bar.
Aww. Oh, I guess you got a little taste of what's to come. More of that.
Yes, literally every night.
So you've probably gotten more numbers working as a bartender than ever before.
Oh no, 1,000%. And my my actual follow through rate is 0% on all those numbers too.
What?
So. Well,
because you know. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I appreciate is when I first got into working at the bars, I had a couple established bartenders pull because the same thing happened with me, especially when I was working security, I was at the front door checking IDs, like when girls get drunk and like they'll hit on anyone to try to like either get in or get a free drink or something like that, and like a couple of other guys pulled me aside and were like, look, like there's one rule working in a bar, and that's you never date someone you meet either while working or behind the bar. Because, like, if you get to know them that well, then A, they're usually an alcoholic, which is not good because they're there that too much. And B, it's not usually a healthy thing for you because, like, it turns into a thing where they start using you for drinks and other things, and it's just not a good way to meet people for an actual, like, relationship.
Right. So. Makes sense.
Yep.
Boom. Okay. Who's most likely to say, "I'm not racist," but?
Oh, me, 1,000%. I've done it.
I was gonna say
you guys heard me say it. I own it. No, and you guys know I'm not racist, but at the same time, like,
I think things just need to be pointed out or something.
Yeah, like there's
no. I don't even think you want to explain this one.
There's no way to come back from that, and it's just one of those things where I have to show that I'm not, but I still, yeah.
Right.
And I love it how in your explanation of it, it's like, well, you guys know I'm not a racist, but
I mean, Angel is brown, so no. I'm just...
My best friend, he's black, I promise.
That's the thing, though, too, at the same time, I totally understand, and I feel the same way, where, like, if you say that to someone you're not, like, close with, and, like, if you bring that up in regular conversation, you probably are. You know what I mean? Like, but, like, if there's also a difference between having, like, close, like, friendly conversations, like, that we have between us and talking to a random person and saying that. Like, if you feel a need to say that in a random conversation, I'm going to question you. Definitely. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
All right, next question. Who was the last person to piss on a sexual partner?
No.
No,
Yeah,
not into that.
like, how does that happen? Yeah.
I'm just move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say move on to the next one. I don't really want to stay on that topic too long.
Move
That's a
on.
weird one.
Here's another. Oh, let's see. No, never mind.
No, never mind.
Oh, yeah, most likely sleep with a coworker. I work at a family business, so it's definitely a no.
Yeah, and I'm in a happy relationship. So Charlie, welcome to being the
Look,
last
just because I'm the only one that. Okay, well, I guess making a point.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
God damn it, Angel.
Most likely to have a secret body piercing or tattoo. I got neither, so.
I mean, I don't know.
What?
I don't know. There might be certain secrets that actually aren't secrets that might be secrets, but I don't know. Moving on.
Ooh. Most likely to run into a former lover and not remember their name.
Gosh, I mean, the list is just so long.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like all of us could definitely be on this.
Yes.
Like 1,000%.
Boom.
Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember somebody's name that was in our fraternity the other day, and I had to ask Candace to remind me what this individual's name was because I couldn't remember it.
It was definitely Jeremy.
I can see that. There's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, in the fraternity or on your list? Which one?
On life.
Hey, Angel's a good Catholic. I don't know. I think you're accusing him of something that is not good.
I was just asking a question.
All Catholics follow specific rules.
Yeah. Absolutely. Right?
Definitely, in theory. Remember that.
Hey, confession is a great thing, right?
Yeah.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
I love how, like, in the Latin culture, there's always like these songs of like religion, not necessarily. It's like religion into it. But yeah, they like make fun of that too. Of like, one of them that I was listening today was like the Father has told me that you also sin, and I'm like, it just plays on.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think it's kind of funny that like the Latin community is very Catholic, and at the same time, like you also guys are also very like romantic. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's weird isn't the right word for it, but
Interesting dynamic.
yes.
It's like,
Thank you, HR Major, for saving me there.
You're welcome.
So that I like literally like tonight when I've said some of these things, like I've literally seen Sawyer's face is like, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that. And I'm like, oh no, like I'm not
Family friendly podcast. Family friendly podcast.
I'm definitely not coming back anymore.
Oh. Most likely to wake up tomorrow not knowing where they are. I feel like since we're all in quarantine,
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily help.
Hopefully we all wake up in our houses.
If we don't, there's a serious problem. Like the biggest problem is not that we like woke up somewhere else.
It's a Monday night, guys. Come on.
And we're in quarantine.
I'm really drinking seltzer water right now, like sparkling water. Like it's not even alcohol. Like literally, like, if there's an issue here, like
So soft.
no, right?
I
So
went
good.
straight natural water. You know.
Do all the bars that Purdue now have White Claw?
No, they do.
They all do now?
The only one is black cherry though. Like all the bars have black cherry. That's it.
Oh. I'm just like amazed like how quickly that like went like yeah, so popular. How? Why? What happened?
Because they got the white girl demographic. Literally, that's it. Like, when people say that women make like 94% of the purchases in this country. Like it's true. Like they for groceries and shoes and clothes and drinks and stuff like that. Like if you can get them on board, you're gonna be just fine. Yeah.
And then the other places tried to like get it to the guy demographic too, but it was a little too late with like the Bud Light seltzers and all that stuff, because by the time they came out, guys already realized, hey, drinking White Claw is not that bad. So then guys started getting in the White Claw phase as well. And so then when Bud Light came out with all their stuff, it was like, like
it's definitely different though, because with the Bud Light seltzers, there's more there's more sugar, there's more calories, like stuff like that. Like it's definitely more manly isn't the right word for it, but like when guys really don't care about like counting carbs and calories and stuff like that, like guys will drink that. The girls literally, like with White Claw, there's like 12 calories in a tall boy or something like that. So that's why the girls love it too. And so it's weird though. You see, like at first it was funny because like when we first got them, it was just girls getting them, and guys were like, oh, like it's like girl stuff, and I'm not gonna drink that. And like a month later, everyone's drinking them.
Yeah.
I feel like they came out of nowhere. They like did a great marketing campaign or something for everybody to know them.
I think they've been around for a while. Like hard seltzer water was not something new. I don't know why White Claw took off like it did, but for whatever reason it did.
I feel like the only commercials I see are like when they have a new flavor. Like I feel like they don't just have like regular commercials. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but
I think they had a pretty big Instagram campaign when they first started. I think they were the first ones to really embrace the influencer
social media marketing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I know that they had stuff at like spring breaks and stuff too. So
yeah,
because it really started right as spring break was happening last year.
Yeah.
And then it grew during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Boom. Okay. Who would take the longest to be reported to the police as missing?
Well, not Sawyer, because
I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say when I'm gone for like 2 hours, it's like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Oh, like I work here every day. So I couldn't go missing.
If you don't show up.
Yeah, then they call me like, you gotta get in. Where are you right now?
And you work at a family business too. I guess again, I guess it falls to me. Yay.
Because you're living with yourself, right? Because you don't have any roommates right now.
No, I do. They're still here. Yeah, they're still here. So at the same time, though, we kind of stay out of each other's way. So I guess I could really, if I wanted to, but there's nothing to do right now. So
well, we'll just say we'd go a day without somebody noticing. Like we're not going to be like, hey, it's 2 weeks. Where's Charlie?
Yeah. No, definitely 24 hours. Definitely though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who thinks they're more attractive than they actually are?
Sorry.
Okay, you can't tell a 10 that they can't be more than a 10. So
I was like, why? But that answered that question.
And with this great mustache too, I mean,
I'm impressed with the mustache. Not gonna lie.
I'm not shaving until after quarantine, and I hate it so much. Theory. But I told myself.
This is my theory. He's living with in-laws. He's trying to get the father-in-law to see him as more manly before the wedding.
I mean, considering who Candace's dad is, I can definitely see that happening. I'm not sure if it's working though. That's the problem. like Sawyer's definitely the guy out there like working in like the farm, like on the like in the barn, or like fishing, and like he can't like bait the hook, he can't like, you know what I mean, like and like Mr. Beekler's just standing there like, and then just like walks back in the house.
It's slimy.
Like I can see like I can't believe my daughter like fell for a city boy or something, like you know what I mean, like
you are a city boy and she's a farmer's girl. Oh.
Obviously I'm joking.
No, I know.
So Sawyer did ask permission, and everything went positively, obviously. So
boom.
He definitely likes him.
I remember capturing a picture of like you shaking hands with your father-in-law, new up and coming father-in-law at Purdue.
Future father-in-law.
Future father-in-law. That.
I will
was
say
like-
this. I will say this. The first time I met Mr. Beekler was I was coming home from work. I think it was graduation. And like I was working at Moe's, and so like I'm sweaty, and I walked up. I was walking, and I smell like burritos, and
Queso.
it's just not good. And I walk in the house, and Mr. Beekler's just staying there, or in the apartment, and Mr. Beekler's just staying there. I'm like, oh well, hi, because Mr. Beekler's like a wall of a man. Like he's very intimidating. Like when you think of like a Midwestern farmer, that's him to a T.
Midwestern farm dad.
Yeah, 1,000. Like he would have like the scout, like, who are you? And I'm like, hi, I'm Charlie. I live here.
Am I being questioned in my own home?
No, it wasn't like that at all. It was more just like, I don't know who you are, and I'm not sure why you're here.
Yeah.
I really hope Candace doesn't hear this, because I'm not like it. I don't want to take it that the wrong way.
No.
Candace's
She
family is
won't.
wonderful.
Oh no, yeah, 1,000%, 1,000%.
And Sawyer's family is also wonderful.
Hey mom, hey dad, shout out to you guys.
Yes, thank you for listening.
And Sid.
Oh,
She doesn't listen anymore.
Oh, she doesn't.
I don't know. She might. Hey Sydney, text me if you do and you get to this point. That's how we'll know.
there's the end of it. Okay, should we do like one more? Or how many more?
Find a good one. Do a good one.
Oh. Wait. I feel like this would be perfect for for Mark. But like it says, most likely to turn up drunk to pre-drinks.
Oh yeah.
I was not sure where you're heading with that. We're prefacing it like that. I was like,
No, that is definitely Mark though.
most likely to turn up drunk to pregame.
I like how they said pre-drinks.
Yeah, to pre-drinks. Yeah, because Mark would
He
go, my
he-
tolerance, I need to go harder than you guys, and then he would just overdo it. Like the one time when we met at
He did it one time.
Yeah.
For his
yeah.
birthday, he literally passed out before we left for his birthday. And the thing too, he was talking smack to us. He's like, oh, well, I'm still more sober than you guys, and I've had all this. And then literally, like, I'm not even joking, 10 minutes later, like, boom, like, flat on the, like, out, like a light.
Yes.
And we woke him up, and we're like, hey, man, like, we're going to go out for your birthday right now. Do you want to come with us? He's like, I'll meet up with you guys later. Never came out. Never came out.
He always complained that he has a high tolerance, which he does have a high tolerance, and it takes him forever to get drunk. So I think he just went overboard on this one.
Well, the thing with him though too is that it was one of those things where, like, he'd be fine, and then he'd hit a wall, like literally, like, and then fall off the cliff, and then all of a sudden we're literally carrying him out of the bar.
Yeah.
It's too funny. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Who's most likely to give a drunk train wreck speech at a wedding?
Okay, I swear if this is either of you guys.
Definitely not me, Candace. Do not worry. I will be sober.
Well,
Totally. Maybe.
So, if Candace is listening, don't give Charlie any drinks for the wedding. Yeah, no.
I will be just fine. I will be just fine.
Yeah.
I pick one more, and this is gonna be the question of the day.
Uh-oh.
Actually, it can't really be a question of the day because it's related towards us. I'll think of a question of the day. This is just my thought process as I realize things can't work out the way we want them to.
I'm trying to do like PG-13.
I got the question of the day.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
nobody fret. We'll be okay.
In their lifetime, who's most likely to become a pimp or madam? Madam?
Adam.
A girl pimp.
Madam. Madam. Oh, madam's a girl pimp?
Yep.
I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yes.
Madam.
Angel, you got my vote on this one. I'd say you just like not
No
bad.
way.
You just talk to a lot of.
No way.
No, I'm saying
No,
because he's
no.
the only one of us that would talk to a lot of people, and I feel like he can convince people to do things just because he's just innately friendly, and the smile is what would do it.
You want to make
like,
some money?
Hey, I mean, you want to make some extra money? No, okay, no worries. But I'm just saying, like one quick night. I know a guy.
I know a guy.
I think you guys are underestimating what it takes to be a pimp.
No, from experience.
No,
Oh,
I'm just saying that I don't. The being nice is not not the way to.
He doesn't have to be the enforcer. He can get other guys to do that, but they all roll up to him. He's the kingpin.
I guess.
Urbana Champagne
Sure.
kingpin.
Yes.
Angel.
As long as it's not me, I don't care. Angel, yes, you'd be a great pimp.
Thank you. This is one of my dreams.
Keep the hand strong.
Yeah, make sure the baby powder's ready.
Okay, we'll just go end with that one.
Yeah. Angel's a pimp, and that was bad. What is it? Is bad apple? Bad people?
Bad people.
Bad people.
You're welcome, bad people, for the free publicity, but you're not gonna get from us.
Yeah, no free ads.
No free ads. It's 17 plus, so if you're not 17, stop listening to this.
Okay, go back, pause it, and then just delete it.
It's a little late for that.
Yeah, we should have done like, oh, now we know for future ones. If we play bad people, be like, guys, this is a podcast for 17 plus. So if you're listening with a family, this is not the one. Skip this.
No, don't skip it. Just unplug your headphones, mute it, and let the runtime keep going. We need that ad rev.
There you go.
But my question is going to be for you guys, and then everybody else can answer it below. Throughout quarantine, have you found like a random thing that like is a part of your daily routine now that it usually wasn't? And like for me, it's I watch Live with Kelly and Ryan. I don't know why at 9 a.m. every single day. And so that's something that I've never done, but I started doing it. Charlie's shaking his head now.
No, I'm just ashamed of you.
Oh, well, I mean, very popular show that they give great worldly events and
for 40 to 60-year-old white women. Yes, you're correct.
They give away mugs almost all of their time. It's great, but so yeah, that's what I did. So, what about you guys?
Something new that you did, or
something new that you haven't previously done, or I guess something interesting that you like incorporated into your just daily routines?
I work longer hours because I'm trying to.
I guess
my
yeah,
family.
You're mainly in the shop.
Yeah, because we're trying to get our parents not to be in the store as much as possible because we're at a grocery store. So if we can get our parents to not talk to as many people, it'd be great. So we're like, guys, just don't worry about this whole month.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, basically. My mom was loving it. She was like, I love you kids. You guys came out of my womb.
all the effort that I put in over the years has been worth it now.
Those are my kids. They're my kids. They're like, okay, mom.
I don't know. I think for me, it's definitely just making an effort to get outside because it's easy to stay inside all day. And just making sure that you get at least some type of sunlight, and even if it's just like, honestly, just like looking at the sun or like just like enjoying the weather for a couple minutes. Getting outside is important because I know a lot of people have had like being stuck inside and not having a job is definitely like hurtful for mental health and stuff like that. And so you definitely have to make sure that you put effort into helping yourself out because you don't want to put yourself in a hole coming out of this because we're already in a deep enough hole as it is. You don't want to make it worse.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, it kind of just clears your head when you're able to do that, even if it's just breathing in the fresh air.
Yeah. Like that's something that I think is important, even though I know we're all supposed to be staying inside and still quarantining and still getting outside and going for a walk or a bike ride or something like that, because you can do that stuff by yourself. Like you don't have to have someone there. So
yeah.
Boom.
Well, that was another episode with a special guest again, Charlie. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Hopefully I wasn't too R-rated for you guys.
You're great.
Just blame bad people if it was. But we appreciate all of you guys for taking the time to listen to us. If you guys have people around you that you can talk to, tell them how thankful you are for them being there. Stay healthy, stay inside, but get outside too at a respectable time. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Angel Corrado too, and leave comments down below. And we look forward to seeing you all, or not really seeing, talk to you guys all in the next episode next week. Stay safe and peace.
Thank you guys.